What's up? Just JP in the house. Okay, so I just went to the Board of Education for Wakayama Prefecture to see if I could get my lesson plan in, for them to use it. But they're really nice. It was funny because one of the women there, she came out to speak to me. She was nice, and she tripped over one of the boxes and stuff. I was like, wow. It was kind of embarrassing, though, but I guess she was a little happy and stuff. And she even said that she wanted to take a lesson. I didn't give her business. I don't know why I don't think like that. I miss out on a lot of opportunities when I'm not thinking like that. But anyway, so anyway, they told me that they don't have the authority to do anything, so they gave me a number to call this other lady back. But then I got to thinking, I already have this plan. I already know it works perfectly. I mean, it's great. So I guess what I really need to do is just get it out there and just start, doing it the best I can by myself until I get enough money. I'm definitely gonna have to patent this. Well, at least see if I can patent it. Actually, that's what I wanted to go to the lawyer's office and go ask them how much it costs to talk. Go to the lawyer's office just to ask them how much it costs to talk to them about whether or not I'm able to patent it. And then, because I looked at the patenting prices out here and stuff, and they're really cheap. I was kind of surprised and stuff, so really interesting. But what was I gonna say? So anyway, I read a long time ago. It was this group in Korea, and what they did was, I don't know if they tried to actually get the government to do their program or not, but they ended up making their own site and everything where kids can actually go on there and learn, and it kind of blew up. I mean, it actually did blow up to the point where I think the government kind of weren't too happy about it. I don't know if they were trying to shut them down or something or not, but I think so. I don't want to guess, but something, there was a problem that did arise from that. And this Kinokawa River, that is the entrance. Go straight and you go to Pacific Ocean. You take this one, you keep straight and you go to Nara. So I was thinking maybe I should just go in and do that, because actually it can work. I mean, this program is so good, and I really haven't been trying to push it or anything, but I mean, I can literally teach kids in the kindergarten. But I think in the kindergarten they start at 5 years old, but they start like a year later than our students do, and maybe that might account for why there are, quote unquote, maybe account for why they're smarter, based on their age, because we start at 5 years old in the kindergarten, and we start at, by the time we're 5, we're going to first grade, but they're going to first grade at 6 years old, so their maturity level and stuff is a whole year different. So when they're going to school, they got that year advantage, which really does make a really big difference. It really does. When you 5 years old, 6 years old, learning to read or whatever, or in the kindergarten, at 5 years old, doing things versus at 4 years old, there's a very big difference and stuff. And but anyway, this lesson can teach. It's so awesome. It really is awesome. This is like a real non-ill-advised, an ill-advised place to stop and do a right turn right in front of the police station, right across the red line that says you are not supposed to be turning at this location at this point in time ever. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just do this on my own. I am gonna go back and talk to them. They said they got their own lesson, which I've heard from a lot of people, which could be improved, I guess. And then try to implement something like that. That's gonna, of course, cause a lot of problems, because the people who are, you know, selling their books already in there and stuff will cause some problems. Actually, you know, I saw a book that I used in Hawaii, and this mother brought me a book out here, and those books, I mean, they look like totally identical, so I have to find that book and see if it's the same people or not, because it looks, I mean, the inside just looks so much, like totally the same book, you know, and I'm not sure if it's made by the same people or not, but I do want to see if that's true or not. But you know, they could have bought the copyrighted rights to it or whatever, I'm not sure, but it's just interesting though. So I gotta study Japanese, but anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna have to just go on and do that. Just try to find some real good help or something, because it's kind of difficult out here trying to find people to help, because you come out here with the attitude that you can get a lot of stuff done, but you forget that from the outside, yeah, everything looks all great and stuff, but they still gotta deal with people, you know, from within their country based on, you know, the laws and regulations like we do. I mean, like somebody could, I mean, actually, no, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So and then when you're talking to the normal person, you know, you get to really see the same type of how can I say it, the same kind of, it's not negativity, but oh wow, that's cool, maybe I have to come here get my car washed. The same type of I wouldn't say ignorance, that's not a word, but the hesitation, or the I can't think of the word, but basically they don't have the skills or the knowledge, you know, to push or get things done, you know, based on whatever reason. So it's like sometimes I'll ask people, you know, like my wife or these other women that I ask. I haven't asked any guys yet, but I'll show them a flyer and say, how does this look? And I show one person to make and say it's good. I show it to someone else, they say it's terrible, you know, and it's this thing, it's just weird. And then like I think the other day I asked this lady a question about I said nine ni ego wo hanasu yo ni wo oshiru koto ga dekimasu. So basically it's saying that, that's for elementary school kids. So basically what I'm saying is that in 2 years I can teach all elementary school kids to speak English within 2 years. And this one lady was like, well, how much, you know, is it you know, is it fluent, is it this, is it this, is it this? I'm like, what does that mean? I said, listen, I haven't even gotten to that sentence. I mean, I only want to write this. And this almost is argument ensued because this person wanted to know how much, you know. So basically, and it's funny because I have a problem when I speak to people. I'll say something and they'll make it personal. And I'm like, why are you adding yourself into this? You know, I'm not talking about you. I'm just asking, this is what I want to say in English. Is this what it means in Japanese? You know, and I was like, you know what, forget it, you know, sorry, I even asked, you know, because I said sorry, I even asked because it doesn't make any sense, you know. And then that person was like, said some couple of things. I'm like, listen, I asked you, does ichi means one in Japanese? And then you're gonna say, well, how far are you gonna count? You know, why just one? I don't understand why you just want to know why one is ichi. What about 10? Or what about 100? Or what about 1 billion? And I'm like, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm only here, you know. And so that's the kind of problems that I think a lot of people have, especially with their wives and things like that. Because, you know, you come out here, and I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was like telling me how he, you know, try to talk to women in his country and stuff like that. And I was just laughing because of the things that he said, you know, the things that he did, the time that he wastes. And so I had to break it down to him. I said, listen, you know, you have to understand that you are going about trying to do something in such a way where it's not providing anything substantial for you. You go out your way for a Japanese woman, but would you do the same thing for the women in your country? And he was like, no. And I'm like, well, why would you do the same thing? And I had to break it down to him and say, listen, Japanese women, they live on an island. Okay. That means if they want to go someplace and travel, they have to go outside of the country. They travel all over the place. They eat all, you know, the best foods, you know, the world probably can provide, because a lot of these Thai foods and Russian foods, Italian foods, and all these European dishes are made here in Japan. Wines, liquor or spirits, whatever they're called, and stuff like that. And so I'm saying, so I tell them, I'm like, you're not actually teaching them something that they don't know, you know, because he was saying something about, like, you know, try to set up girls to go drink wine and go to the movies, and I was like, wow, you know, why would you, do you go to, I'm like, I started laughing, I'm like, you don't go to the movies. When the last time you've been to a movie? You know, it was like a long time ago. And I said, yeah, I'm like, people don't hardly go to the movies anyway. They get DVDs and stuff like that, you know. And why would you, you know, sure, you can drink wine, but you got to understand that a lot of these women, you know, they drinking wine, you know, that's $5,000 a glass. You know, you don't know what their background is, if their parents are millionaires, billionaires, or, you know, where they've been going and what they're doing. You know, you're taking a guess, and you're just hoping that, you know, you're taking as though they don't know anything. I said, you're better off just, when you're meeting them, just tell them what you want to do. You know, I should have told him, he should ask, hey, what's your experience? And if they say, well, I haven't done anything, then, you know, they lying. They all lying, you know, because they're not going to tell you, you know. But it was just interesting conversation. But, and I bounced around, of course, from different stories to different stories to different stories. But let me reiterate. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to do this on my own. I'm going to have to try to find someone who really has to get up and go, because basically, I guess, you know, talking to, well, just to the people I've talked to, and even the ones that are rich, you know, they have to talk to other people and stuff like that. And it's like, you meet people out here who want to do something, but their communication skills, as far as creating other businesses, I guess, or something like that, a lot of them are just very limited in that way, or they already know how their people are, and it's like more of a hassle, you know, trying to talk to them. So it's like if you walk over to your friends and you say, hey, you know, let's study math, you know, and they start talking crap to you, you know. And I guess it's kind of that feeling. So I kind of understand, you know, how it is. But the people I talked to, they were really nice and stuff. You know, the guy, he really broke it down in a simplified way, just straight up said, we got our own system and everything. We're not refusing. We won't refuse you. We want to hear what you got to say, but it might be difficult. And of course, it's going to be difficult and a lot of money. I mean, to change everything up, switch books, legal fees or whatever, you know, because I know my lesson is awesome and no one is doing it. No one is doing it, you know. But of course, you know, it's not about, I don't think a lot of things is actually about what we appear to be. So, you know, what it appears to be, it's not just about, you know, the lesson or educating kids. You know, it's about, you know, people making money, benefiting off of it, being able to have their own lives from whatever and stuff like that. So that much I do understand. So it's all cool. You know, you just got to get out there and, wow, what happened? Oops, wow. Oops, wow. Okay, but, you know, you just got to get out there and, you know, create things and, you know, make it grow, and hopefully, you know, it'll get noticed. If it don't, then that's fine too, you know, because, you know, money still can be made and stuff like that. Also, I was just thinking about, you know, my life and stuff, and I remember once I was talking to this one guy, telling him how much money I had made in Nagoya, and he was like, hey, you know, if you don't have the data, then I'm going to believe that it's not true. And I was laughing and stuff. you know. And so I was walking back to my car. I went today to Lexus to get an oil change and the oil filter change and all that stuff. And so I went and parked, and you know, in there. And sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, I feel embarrassed because I got this old car. But actually, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this car. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, except for just the age. But other than that, I just need to fix the upholstery. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with it. There is a new car they have. It's the LS500. It's nice. It's big, you know, but it's more or less, I don't know. But it's still a nice car. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should just get me a new car, you know, once I can. Man, I can't afford it right now. But then I got to thinking, you know, there's nothing really wrong with this car. I'm the original owner. You know, the engine still works great. You know, I just gotta get the upholstery fixed and stuff like that. And then it hit me, you know, regardless of what everybody thinks of me here or whatever, you know, I earned this car. You know what I'm saying? I went out there and did what I had to do to actually buy and pay for this car. And the people who, you know, like my other friend, Daryl Cottrell, you know, he opened up a school called Wisdom 21, and he busted his butt, and he earned the things that he accomplished and he was able to get because of his abilities to get out there. Now, of course, I had helped this lady. You know, she answered the phone for me, and then I was doing advertisement and stuff. And this lady is good help. You know, she doesn't work with me anymore, but as I save money up, I'm still paying her because I told her that I'm gonna still give her money because it's just for the good job that she's done, and hopefully, you know, I'll be able to expand again, and I'll call her back, you know. And I told her, you know, that's what I want to do. But it's just the but I mean, even though she did a lot of help, all the effort that I had to do, the teaching, the talking to the parents when they came to the class, explaining things, and it's just such a an awesome thing, you know. And because I meet a lot of people. I wouldn't say I meet a lot of people, but a lot of people I do talk to, they're kind of negative and stuff, you know. And I wouldn't say a lot of people. The people that I mainly talk to, you know, their conversation is so negative and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I earned this. I mean, I went out there and, you know, did what I had to do, you know, as far as observing, putting things together, and doing what I had to do to earn what I did. And so that's what I'm gonna do again. You know, just get out there and just earn, you know, the stuff that I did, because it's there, you know. Maybe I might have to go to other parts of Wakayama, or maybe just leave Wakayama and go to, you know, I do want to go to Tokyo, Nagoya again and stuff like that. But I know I can do this, so I'm gonna do it. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm busy. Peace.